Joining me now, for the best political minds, all CNN contributors. Joining me now, Republican strategist Ed Rollins, formerly White House political director under President Reagan, chair of the Mike Huckabee campaign of last year. We all remember that vividly, of course. Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist Michael Goodwin of the New York Daily News. Great to have you with us. Democratic strategist Robert Zimmerman, Democratic National Committeeman. Great to have you with us. And syndicated columnist Miguel Perez, also a professor of journalism at Lehman College in New York. Good to have you with us. Let's turn first to, are we going to have a junior senator from the state of Illinois recognized tomorrow, Miguel?
Somebody's already writing a script for a made for TV movie we call Mr. Perez Goes to Washington.
I like it. I like it.
But yeah, look, they should let him have his seat.
You think so?
I believe so. I mean, they're making a big spectacle out of nothing. I really believe that they should let the guy have his seat. Now they're already talking about conditions. Maybe they'll let him sit there for 2 years and on the condition that he doesn't run for re-election. So.
Yeah. What do you think?
You know,
Mr. National Committeeman?
With the war raging in Gaza, with war in Afghanistan and Iraq, with the economy in the worst situation since the Great Depression, this hardly qualifies as a spectacle. This is a distraction.
Harry Reid's made it so.
Well, I think, very frankly, Roy Blagojevich made it so. And I think...
Well, he made it complicated.
Okay, that's for sure. But I think realistically, I think what's going to happen is that the process, he might be seated, but I think the process ultimately counts for more than whether Mr. Perez does sit in the Senate. And I think he compromises...
Does the law have any role here?
Well, you know, it's an interesting question about what the law is. The Secretary of State, an African-American, Jesse White from Illinois, refuses to certify Mr. Perez's appointment. And in fact, I think until that's done and this is tried in the courts, there won't be a solution.
What do you think?
I think it just points up the reason why there should be special elections rather than gubernatorial appointments. I mean, we've got these things going on all over the country now, and
it's becoming clear we're giving our chief executives far too much power.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you look at them and say, "Whoa, why do we do that?" But look, I mean, I think that we're talking about a 2-year term. I mean, that's the entire term for a House of Representatives member. Why should we allow anybody to be appointed? Why don't we just appoint all of the House too while we're at it? I think elections are how we put people in Congress, not through appointments.
You could be starting a movement here.
There you go.
I'm always in favor of elections, and I think it's the more competition you have, the better it is. In this particular case, the governor has the power. He's still the governor. The legislature could have impeached him 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a year ago. The U.S. attorney could have indicted him. He hasn't done that. He still has the power. He named this man. This man is qualified to be a United States senator, and they should seat him.
Let's turn to another Senate seat, and that, of course, David Paterson, the governor of New York. Caroline Kennedy has almost subsided in the public consciousness, hasn't she?
Well, she self-destructed, and it's what's called overexposure when you're not prepared for prime time. And I think every day that she went out and tried to sell herself, which is a lobbying campaign, not a political campaign, she diminished her chances.
Look, she should not. Her name should not be held against her, but there has to be more to her than her name. And as the more she spoke, the more it became clear her name was all she had to offer New Yorkers.
By the way, I want to compliment you on your column on Caroline Kennedy. I hadn't done that. Being away on vacation, I was still reading Michael Goodwin, and I thought it was a brilliant column. The idea that this woman, how many times did she say, you know, in the course of a 40-minute...
As many as 200 in some of those half-hour interviews.
What in the world is going on here?
Well, it's even worse when she wasn't answering questions, when she was only giving written submissions, written answers from the press. Every tactic she's pursued has demonstrated that she really doesn't have the leadership or the vision to be a United States Senator. And the new strategy, which is to claim she's the BFF of the president-elect. For those of us without kids or Texas, that means best friends forever. Right. Or as Kevin Sheekey, the Mayor Bloomberg's chief aide, said, it'd be malpractice not to appoint someone that close to the president. That's a juvenile analysis. Well, Chuck Schumer is not going to be ignored in the Senate.
Let's hear his name again. And let's hear what he said again.
Kevin Sheekey, who is the mayor's chief political strategist and one of the chief principal strategists for Barack Obama, for Caroline Kennedy, made the point that it'd be political malpractice if she wasn't appointed. It's political malpractice to take his reasoning as being sound political logic.
What do you think? What's the reason that Bloomberg got behind Caroline Kennedy, turns over one of his top operatives, and gets so invested in, well, what is it, wealthy person to wealthy person kind of thing?
Well, look, I've been around New York politics long enough to remember when being a grassroots leader, going up through the ranks meant something. Learning the system, earning your way there. That is not happening anymore. I mean, we have so many celebrity politicians that get there through taking the shortcut. It's unfair, and I think it would backfire on the governor if he was to appoint her.
Well, it's a very loud message. You can roll him. She wasn't his first choice in any way, shape, or form. She wasn't on the list. But if you put enough pressure on, you can roll him. That's not a very good message for a governor.
And it's not going to work with this governor. I don't think he's going to be rolled. He's got a very wide spectrum of very qualified candidates.
By the way, I think we should give our good friend and colleague here, Robert Zimmerman, credit. A Democratic National Committeeman, Democratic strategist, from the outset has said David Paterson would not be rolled on this issue.
Thank you.
So we'll be back with our panel in just a moment. But first, at the top of the hour, Campbell Brown. No bias, no bull. Campbell, what are you working on?
Hey there, Lou. Happy New Year to you. We are watching tonight's breaking news in Washington, where Roland Burris has just arrived to claim the U.S. Senate seat from Illinois. Senate Democrats, though, don't want to give it to him. We're going to have the latest on the showdown that is shaping up there. We'll also take a no bias, no bull look at the very latest numbers and the latest politics behind the tax cuts added to President-elect Obama's economic recovery plan. Also, we will give you the very latest on what's happening overseas, Israel and Gaza. We have people on the ground there. We'll be updating you on everything happening there as well. We're live at the top of the hour, Lou.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Campbell. Up next, more with our panel. We'll have the results of our poll. You can't miss any of this. Stay with us.
In today's economy, your most important business assets walk out the door every night. Our job is to help make sure they come back every morning. Addressing employees' needs is just part of it. We also tackle some of the toughest economic and strategic challenges facing your business. Rising healthcare costs, finding and retaining the best people to help your business achieve and sustain success. Human resource professionals meeting the challenges of a changing world.
Did you pay me? Did you pay me? Did you pay me? Did you pay me? What? This place is a mess. It's a mess. Invoice. Invoice.
Invoice. Where the heck is that invoice? Are you sure you paid me?
Is running your business getting in the way of running your
This
business?
place is a mess.
With Intuit QuickBooks software, you can easily create invoices, track sales, and manage expenses all in one place.
Who's a pretty bird?
Intuit QuickBooks. Get back to business. Try it for free at QuickBooks.com.
The proposal's back on my office computer. Call for help. Thanks, fellas, but where's the keyboard?
Need a better way to get to your computer when you're away from the office? With GoToMyPC, you can take your office with you wherever you go. GoToMyPC is the award-winning service that lets you work on your office PC from any other computer with an internet connection, just as if you're sitting at your desk. Just log on to GoToMyPC.com and start working with all your programs. Access all your files. Use your email. It's fast, easy, and completely secure. Try GoToMyPC now, free for 30 days. Just visit GoToMyPC.com and use promo code NEWS.
Well, we're back with our panel. Let me start, Miguel, Perez, if I may, with you. The president supporting very clearly Israel against Hamas. The president-elect saying nothing, only that there is only one president and offering no voice here. Is that the right tack for him to take?
Well, it is the right tack if he was not acting as the president on other issues. When the Mumbai and the bombing in India occurred, he did express an opinion, and so now there's a conflict there, and he doesn't look too good in that case. But, you know, he really should stay out, and if anything, he should back President Bush's position, in my opinion, rather than stay away, because some people.
That's a great point.
Some people may interpret his silence as saying something.
Exactly.
In fairness, everything Barack Obama has said during the course of the campaign is really completely in solidarity with Israel's position and with the Bush administration's positions. I don't think we have to worry about that. I think it's really quite. I think what's important to note going forward is making sure that we speak with one voice as a nation and respecting the theory of one president.
And despite what the United Nations is saying and some sort of marginal response, I would say, in Europe, The United States has been, it seems to me, strongly supportive of Israel here without any suggestion of any breach or diminution of that support on the horizon. I'd like to turn to another part, another aspect of the Obama administration, Robert, and that is we've been hearing that Bill White, a gay man and also the head of the Intrepid Airspace Museum here in New York, would be Naval Secretary, be appointed Secretary of the Navy. We've heard nothing here in recent weeks.
There's been no appointment made. My sources tell me his name is being talked about seriously for that position and a host of other positions in defense. He's an exceptional man, an extraordinary patriot, and it would be a great tribute to the Obama administration to appoint him.
Yeah, frankly, I couldn't agree with you more. He has done so much for our wounded warriors, all of our services. He's just an outstanding American.
Well, it would certainly be a dramatic statement about don't ask, don't tell.
Well, it could be all of that, and I'm sure it would be.
Bill is a friend of most of us at this table, if not all of us, and I've been privy to some of the people that are supporting him, and he has some of the most significant military people, four-star generals, what have you, who are supporting him for being a part of this administration, and it's a great tribute to him, and I think it'd be a great tribute to this administration if he had a major role in it.
Well said, and I think we can all say hear, hear. I want to turn to one last thought, and that is, thank you all very much for being here. We appreciate it, and can't wait to see this year progress. Happy New Year to each and all of you. Tonight's